I discovered the top 10 teams in baseball while searching the scroll of wisdom for a remedy for this cold. Anyway, who's the best team? There's a murky mess at the top, but I'm going to give it my absolute best shot. You let me know down in the comments below who are your top 10 teams in Major League Baseball right now. First of all, before we get started, we got a few honorable mentions. They didn't make the scroll, but they're kind of lurking in the background, and they've got at least a little bit of a run. We've got honorable mention number 1, the Tampa Bay Rays. They actually have the longest winning streak in baseball right now with 5 games. They just got back to 500. Is Drew Rasmussen the best pitcher in baseball who has a losing record, best starting pitcher? I don't know. I also think Jonathan Aranda, I think I'm saying that right, he deserves some all-star consideration as a backup first baseman there. Brandon Lau has been absolutely, or is it Lowe? I think it's Brandon Lau. I think he's been absolute money for the last 2 weeks. And Jose Caballero, again, hopefully I'm saying some of these names right, he's providing chaos on the base paths with 10 steals over the last 2 weeks alone. In fact, as a team, they are the Major League Baseball stolen base leaders, always providing some chaos there. Twins and Astros series this week will tell us if this run is sustainable or if they're just a flash in the pan. Honorable mention number 2, bet you didn't know this one was coming, the Washington Nationals. Yeah, they're 7-3 in their last 10, and they're only a game and a half behind the Braves for third in the NL East. A lot of people have been talking about the Braves run that they've made, but the Nationals are right there with them. Jake Irvin and Mackenzie Gore might be the most underrated 1-2 starting pitcher duo in all of baseball. I think you're going to be hearing a lot more about them in the years to come. And then C.J. Abrams and James Wood, they're both batting over 300 in the last 30 days, providing the average and the power that they need. They have a West Coast trip to the Seattle Mariners and the Arizona Diamondbacks that, if they can somehow take advantage of this, could push them towards 500. And the final honorable mention, again, bet you didn't see this one coming, the Miami Marlins. They've won 2 of their last 3 series, including against the surging Angels and the surging Rays. Max Meyer leads the pitching, which is not necessarily the best thing when you look at his stats. They really need some other pitchers to step up. Calling Edward Cabrera, Sandy Alcantara, I don't know. Connor Norby, though, he is looking like he has some star potential. He's hitting .370 over the last 2 weeks. And David Stearns, if you are watching this, which I don't know why you would be, you should probably get back to work. But if you are watching this, please trade for Kyle Stowers for the Mets, because I would love to see him in center field in Queens. They have tough series coming up against the Padres and the Giants. Again, a good opportunity to see if they can sustain this. All right, here we go. In the scroll of wisdom at number 10, the Houston Astros. Yes, they knocked out the Mariners from the top 10 this week. They just took 3 out of 4 from Seattle. Isaac Paredes has 10 RBIs recently, and if you include him, plus Cam Smith, plus Jeremy Pena, plus Jake Myers, they're all hitting over 300 recently as well. Hunter Brown is close to a sub-2 ERA, and with one more great starting performance, he could actually be under 2. With the Athletics and the Rays up next, the opportunity is here for the Astros to fully take control of the NL West before the Mariners have a chance to bounce back. In the scroll of wisdom, at number 9, the San Francisco Giants. Robbie Ray, he's 7-0 with a 2.56 ERA, and Logan Webb together are anchoring this pitching staff. Heliot Ramos is batting over 300 recently. The Tigers series that is coming up is crucial for them, and if they can survive that, they have a trip or a series against the Marlins to continue to have a chance to gain on the Dodgers in the NL West. In the scroll of wisdom at number 8, the St. Louis Cardinals. Ivan Herrera is hitting with a 1.159 OPS for the season. If he qualified, that would make him second in the majors, only behind Aaron Judge. Brendan Donovan has been consistently hitting for this team. And Matthew Liberatore has been especially solid despite his 3-3 record. If you look at his overall pitching stats and performances, been well. They need to stack some wins here against the struggling Rangers and Orioles over this next week to try to keep pace with the Chicago Cubs, which, stay tuned, we'll be talking about them shortly. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 7, the Minnesota Twins. Byron Buxton is essential. Those of you who were following the channel knew when the Twins were slumping earlier in the season, I was all aboard the Mets trying to get Buxton at the trade deadline. Doesn't look like he's going to be available at this point. The emergence of Cody Clemens is also very notable for this team, providing multiple spots with tough outs in this lineup. They have a Major League Baseball leading in ERA over the past month for the pitching staff. And upcoming series against the Rays and the Mariners are critical for them to, again, try to keep pace with all of the great teams that are in the AL Central. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 6, the Chicago Cubs. Seiya Suzuki is hitting over 400 this past week. Pete Crow Armstrong is a legit National League MVP contender. Yes, I said it. Yes, I wish he was with the Mets. I wish we hadn't traded him away. But alas, he's not. Major League Baseball RBI leaders as a team, as well as leading or near the top in almost every offensive category. They have a favorable schedule that they're in the midst of with Rockies and Reds coming up this week. They've won 4 series in a row. They're going to look to make it 6 by this time next Sunday. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 5, the Los Angeles Dodgers. Look, some of you aren't going to like them this low, but the truth is how everything has played out here recently, it's really hard to jump any of these teams over any of these teams. They lost 2 of 3 to the Mets. Now, to be fair, that was in New York, and in just over a week, the Dodgers are going to be hosting, I believe, a 4-game set against the Mets in Los Angeles. We'll know a lot more if this was kind of a fluke, or maybe we'll be able to have a lot better telling. Now, it's not like they got blown out, but again, when 2 teams are close, I'm going to give the nod to the Mets here. But overall, Ohtani, Freeman, and Pages, they are driving in runs consistently. If they can regroup against the Guardians over the next few days, then they will be ready for the Yankees series that they have coming up. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 4, you have the New York Mets. They beat the Dodgers 2 out of 3, though they had previously lost series to the Yankees and the Red Sox. So they have upcoming series now before their next Dodgers series versus the White Sox and the Rockies. It should offer relief, but sometimes this team tends to play down towards the competition. Their pitching staff is still leading the majors in ERA for the entire season with a 2.81, and Edwin Diaz looks like he is back at form and not a major concern in the bullpen. Are they going to be able to survive these games, or are they going to be trap games for them looking ahead to the Dodgers? We'll see. All right, before we get to the top 3, please hit that like, hit that subscribe. Also, a thank you to the patrons who support this channel. You get early access, and so, again, thank you to Darren and Byfer. Appreciate you for being patrons. If you want early access to videos like this, please check out the Patreon link. It is in the description below, patreon.com/Metropolitans. All right. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 3, the New York Yankees. Now remember, the Yankees jumped the Mets by virtue of beating them in a series last week. Look, I'm going to give you the obligatory Aaron Judge reference. There's really nothing more that needs to be said about that, but other contributors are here as well, including Cody Bellinger. He is having a renaissance season. They are also the AL leading pitching team in strikeouts, believe it or not, and their pitching has been holding up tremendously, even with the injuries that they have dealt with. They have big tests coming up against the Angels and the Dodgers. So we'll see how that all plays out. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 2, the Philadelphia Phillies. They recently ended a 9-game winning streak today. Yeah, even every once in a while, the Athletics can end up beating you. But they did win 9 in a row, 1 game short of a 10-game winning streak. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber are among league home run leaders over recent weeks, and their pitchers are absolutely dominating in strikeouts. They have slightly tougher matchups than what they had this week against the Braves and the Brewers, but again, those are games that are definitely winnable, or at least series that are definitely winnable for the Phillies. In the Scroll of Wisdom at number 1, and you can thank mostly Tariq Skubal for this, is the Detroit Tigers. I'm getting tired. All right. They are holding firm at the top. Again, barely holding on. They were barely holding on a few weeks ago, and they were able to do that. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt simply because they have been the most consistent team that I have seen throughout the year. Even when they take a loss or two, they manage to bounce back very quickly. They are highly balanced, and they have a variety of both pitching and hitting contributors. Javier Baez is hitting over 300 in the past month. I don't even know the last time that's happened. Dylan Dingler is red hot. He was hitting over 500 or right around 500 this past week. Tariq Skubal pitched his first ever complete game shutout today, which kind of puts the exclamation point on this. They have the Giants and the Royals next. Two teams that are trying to get to the top of their divisions, but have a lot of inconsistencies. Can they stay number one? Well, let's watch the games and stay tuned for next week.